presentations have been completed and the ceremony is closed. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
It gives me great pleasure to declare this congregation open to present degrees from the University of Salford and an honorary degree.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay, to make the opening address.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. This is wonderful to be here. Distinguished guests, Mr. Mayor and Mayoress, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely delighted to welcome you all to today's graduation ceremony. This year's graduation ceremonies are extra special as we mark 50 years since we were established at the University of Salford. Over these 50 years, we've seen our graduates go on to achieve incredible successes, and I hope those of you here graduating today will take inspiration from the people who've gone before you. It's my pleasure to welcome you, graduates of the School of Arts and Media, who will receive your awards today, and I would like to warmly welcome your family and friends. Hello, family. Hello, friends. Oh. What's the matter? Not so many friends out there. And I'd also like to welcome the family of Nicola Mendelsohn. I'll be presenting Nicola with her honorary doctorate a little later in the proceedings, and we'd like to welcome her dad, who's with us here today. It's a privilege. Oh, you're lovely. I can tell you're lovely already. It's a real privilege to be able to be here and share in your success at having accomplished so much in your time at Salford. University time is a pivotal moment in your life. It's a time when you shape your views in the world, when you learn more about yourself, when you develop your skills and knowledge. It's when you create memories and hopefully lifelong friends. What a brilliant thing, a degree. What a fine accomplishment. Today is simultaneously the beginning and end of your magnificent journey. Today is what I'd call a double day. Today is one of those days for whom Zora Neale Hurston would have said, the present was an egg laid by the past that had its future inside its shell. Get your head around that. Perhaps, like many of you, I was the first in my family to go to university. I was from an ordinary working class family who were over the moon to support me through the whole experience. Neither my mum or my dad had ever had the chance. I was adopted and brought up in Glasgow. Yay! And earlier last year, I was made the National Poet of Scotland. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, how kind. AKA the Macker. Taken from the old word to make things. And it's been quite an amazing experience being the Macker. My mum said, who would have ever thought that wee baby we brought home in a basket would have one day grown up to be Macker? And it's been quite an extraordinary experience going around Scotland. I was on a ferry the other day in Benbecula, going from Benbecula to Harris, and the man helping me with my bag said to me, am I right in thinking you're the Macker? I said, aye, I'm the Macker. Felt like I should have some special powers or something. But it was extraordinary when I was first phoned to asked to be the National Poet of Scotland. I was in the car with my mum and dad, who are 92 and 86, taking them for a cup of tea and a scone, and the phone went. And I was told if the First Minister phoned, I should say, first of all, say hello, First Minister. So the phone went, and I had to pull up the car, and I said, hello, First Minister. And she said she'd like to invite me to be the National Poet of Scotland, and I was quite surprised, and for once in my life, I was lost for words. So I said, would you talk to my mum? And I handed my mum the phone, and she went, hello, Nicola. And then my dad, my 92-year-old dad who was sat in the back, said, who was that on the phone? My mum said, it was the First Minister, John. He said, who? The First Minister. So it was a bit like a sketch from the Bruins. Life is punctuated and elevated by momentous, luminous days like that. And if you told me that I'd be stood here as Chancellor of the University of Salford one day, I would have thought you were having a laugh. But there are things to aspire to and things to wish for and things that happen in your life that you might not have ever even had a chance to dream of. Dreams are incredibly important in our life, what we might aspire to and how we might get our inspiration. These are particularly troubled and unsettling times, and in this particularly turbulent, tragic, and terror-filled year, having faith and hope in the future seems ever more challenging. And yet, when the terrible thing happens, when the fires erupt and the bombs go off, what we're often most touched by is the knowledge that people communally must make a difference. We could call it a collective kindness. It's even more important that we draw not just on our specialisms and our talents, but on our empathy and our kindness, our fantastic human ability to step outside our own shoes and imagine somebody else's life. As Desmond Tutu said, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. It seems now even more important than ever that we stay steadfastly undivided. In tough times, art can often be what saves us. It provides a sanctuary, a refuge. It is to poets and to creative artists and to filmmakers that we often turn to in our hour of need to express the inexpressible. Poetry is not a luxury. Art is not a luxury. As the poet, African-American poet Audre Lorde said, poetry is essential. Art is our lifeblood. If we're creative in any way, we always have at our feet a different path, a different road that we can take, and we can often choose to take the road not taken. It is an incredible honour, and it's humbling to be part of this special milestone event alongside all of you who've worked so very, very hard to get here. You've demonstrated all your abilities, your skills and your drive by arriving here today to receive your awards. As individual students, you've had great successes over the past few years, and together as a university, we've accomplished many things to be proud of. We recently jumped 19 places in the Times Higher Education 2017 Student Experience Study. Way hey! Over the past few years, you've watched the campus embark on its transformation into a vibrant, exciting and green environment. The new Adelphi building opened last September, housing a... Yes, it's a wonderful building. Housing a show-stopping atrium, theatre and outdoor amphitheatre. But today is about you, School of students from the School of Arts and Media who are graduating at this ceremony. I'm looking forward to shaking the hands of each and every one of you. Take a moment to make your moment special and memorable. Dance across the floor if you want to. We'll be here till 6 o'clock tonight. It doesn't matter. There'll be a lockdown. Our students have seen several high-profile successes. Fashion student Val Christopher Galbo won a global competition run by Levi's, beating other 500 students from 84 design schools across the world. Our alumni have gone on to achieve fantastic success too. Animation graduate Fonzo Romano won an Oscar for visual effects and wildlife documentary. And Louis Labrum worked on the groundbreaking nature series Planet Earth 2. The Creative Salford Festival entered its 6th year, showcasing the very best of our students' creative talents. I've been at the fashion show a few times, I've been at the art show, and I've been so inspired. I mean, there's such a lot of talent in this room. And it's fantastic that we have the wonderful home to partner with, and our students get a chance to show their short films and documentaries at a world-class venue like home. The festival provides a vital platform for our students to display their work in a professional setting and demonstrate the pride and belief that we have in the talent of our students. These are just a few wee examples, not wee actually, big. There's the Scottish people shouting to we. It's funny because the other year when I was graduating, somebody said to me, "I knew you were Nigerian by the way you said yay." Which I quite like because my original father was from Nigeria. No Nigerians here because yesterday that got loads of cheers. Oh, you cheer anyway, that's good. And that was an interesting thing for me to find my birth father, who is Nigerian, because I found him quite easily. Nicola will be interested in this. I put his name into Google, and up popped Pop. And the reason that Pop popped so quickly is because he's a leading ethnobotanist. He's a world tree specialist. So that seemed really bizarre, tracing my family tree. It's the kind of thing that if you put it in a novel, nobody would believe you. They say that's far too far-fetched. Graduation ceremonies mark a beginning and an end. They're bittersweet. You're sad to be going and excited to be finished. You're looking forward to the future and at the same time apprehensive. From today, you'll become alumni of Salford. We will be here ready to welcome you back with open Salford arms, should you wish our relationship to continue. We'll be hurt if you don't. I'd like to add a personal note of thanks to your families and friends who have supported and encouraged you throughout your studies and who have travelled, in some cases, huge distances to be here today. And of course, none of this would have happened without the efforts of our wonderful academic and support staff who provided their knowledge, expertise and guidance to help you achieve your full potential. I think this support deserves recognition. So graduates, could I ask you now please to stand and give a round of applause for those people. Fantastic. 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 It just was so spontaneous and heartfelt. Finally, I would like once more to congratulate all of you today and to wish you well for the future. It is a difficult world out of there, but don't forget to seize the opportunities that life gives you, to cherish the memories of your time at Salford. I hope they become even more treasured as the years go on. If, when we look back on our lives, we can say we tried our absolute best, we'll be happy. Regrets can sour the years. Be hugely proud and bold in your aspirations. Dare to be different. Dare to be your unique self. When a crack in the door opens, walk through. Remember, as Sojourner Truth had it, it is the mind that makes the body. Remember to face towards the sunshine and let the shadows fall behind you. Remember that sometimes life's toughest challenges only make you stronger. When I was 16, I was a Scottish schoolgirl championship runner, and I had a bad accident on my Honda 50. The first car I hit was actually an English teacher at my school. She wrote to me not that long ago and said, if you died in that accident, you wouldn't have written all your books. And my dad said, Christ, it wouldn't have been our first concern. I landed 300, I hit 3 cars altogether and then rolled 300 yards and landed outside the graveyard in Kirkintilloch Road. My mum said, we could have just thrown you over the wall. But I realised that I wouldn't have actually become a writer had I not had that accident, because I was laid up for a year and a half. It was a year and a half before I walked again properly. So sometimes life does throw curveballs at you. And what's... Thank you. So I would say to you, dear students, let curiosity lead you in many fascinating directions to new discovery. Let your care and social sense, your empathy and your excellence, your instinct and your intuition, your creative flair and love of form, your openness to chance and possibility take you far. Let the whole world welcome its new stars. Thank you so much. I'd like to finish this last of our graduation ceremonies, last but certainly not, by the sound of you all, the least. I'd like to finish by reading a poem that I wrote for these special people who evolved from being graduates to graduates, our students. This is a kind of a sonnet. Well, it is a sonnet. But we're always shy about our sonnets in case people come up and say, that's not technically a sonnet, because that's what poets like to do. Pick apart each other's sonnets. Dear graduate, today's the day you go from graduand to graduate. A couple of hours will have conferred your state, a name that's been 3 years more in the making, and most especially if you started late. How the years, they seem to rush, hover, hesitate. And yet here you are, nearly graduates. Congrats, well done. About to cross over to ample hours, to fertile land, to stride the borders, corridors, to the shy unknown, and grasp the future with 2 bold hands. Today's minutes will be remembered, intimately known, where the future's clock is not yet set to run, how the mirrors will turn into windows, open to the sun, or what shape days might proffer close at hand. Let them offer luck and chance, dear graduates. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to invite our Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay, to present an honorary degree on behalf of the University.
I now invite Nicola Mendelsohn to be presented for the degree of Doctor of Arts honoris causa.
Chancellor, Mr. Mayor and Mayoress, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Nicola Mendelsohn, CBE, Facebook's Vice President for Europe, the Middle East and Africa, described by The Telegraph in 2015 as the most powerful British woman in the tech industry. Nicola Mendelsohn's life achievements stand as an inspiration to us all, but strike a particular chord for women trying to progress in the workplace and for young girls looking for a positive female role model in the tech industry. As an institution working hard to support women's career progression and gender equality within the framework for the sector-wide Athena Swan initiative, we are honoured that Nicola is here with us today. Nicola was born in 1971 in Manchester. She went to school at Manchester High School for Girls and then to Leeds University to study English and theatre studies. Told at school that her questioning and inquisitive nature would be a barrier to having a successful career, her father responded that it was precisely this characteristic that would take her far in life. And, as dads so often are about their daughters, he was right. Nicola's list of accolades are so considerable and impressive that I will list just a few. I only have 4 minutes up here. Beginning her career on a graduate programme at global advertising agency Bartle Bogle Hegarty in 1992, Nicola advanced to the role of Business Development Director. She then became Deputy Chairman of the advertising and marketing agency Grey London in 2004, and in 2008, she became partner and executive chairman at Karmarama, one of the most progressive creative agencies in the world. In 2013, she was named Vice President for Europe, the Middle East and Africa for Facebook, the company's most senior position outside the US, ending the company's half-year search. Nicola works as a non-executive director of Diageo and is also a director of the Bailey's Prize for Women's Fiction and co-chair of the Creative Industries Council. Previously, she has also held key roles, including chair of the corporate board of Women's Aid and president of the Women's Advertising Club of London. In April 2011, she became the president of the Institute of Practitioners in Advertising, the first ever woman in its 95-year history. And in 2015, she was made a Commander of the Order of the British Empire for services to the creative industries. I think that deserves a clap. These achievements shine out as the realisation of one of Nicola's favourite phrases, which can be found on the walls at Facebook. What would you do if you weren't afraid? It's a key question for many women, from those just starting out in their careers, to those returning from maternity leave, to those in management. What would we do if we weren't afraid? To further this mantra, Nicola leads Women at Facebook, which provides support for female employees, and she spearheaded the Facebook-led campaign, She Means Business, a joint initiative which helps more women get their startup ideas off the ground. Nicola is a strong supporter of work-life balance for working mothers and has worked 4-day weeks for 16 years, starting when her first child was 1 year old. She also encourages women to have hard conversations as a habit in order to propel themselves forward in the workplace. In fact, at one International Women's Day event, she even shared a photo of herself on a bad hair day to debunk the myth of perfection. Though, Nicola, your bad hair day and my bad hair day might not be the same thing. Nicola's boundless success is matched by her palpable enthusiasm for everything that she does, as well as her creative adaptability. An old colleague at Karmarama calls her a phenomenon, phenomenally effective, phenomenally energetic, phenomenally friendly, which seems to be the standard opinion of Nicola by those who have worked for her and with her. Of all her achievements, Nicola says her greatest joy in life comes from her husband, John, who has a corporate advisory firm and is also the Labour spokesman for business in the House of Lords, and their 4 children, Gabby, Danny, Sam and Zach, who double up as her sneaky focus group. Nicola loves going to the theatre, generally enjoying London, entertaining friends and cooking. The family is very active in their local Jewish community, and Nicola says that they always seem to be celebrating a Sabbath or a festival. A lover of Star Wars, binge-watching TV series with her family and travelling with her job, she admits to checking her phone just before bed and the minute she wakes up. Nicola says that if she had her time again, she would do nothing differently, not even the mistakes. Chancellor. Chancellor, I present for the degree of Doctor of Arts honoris causa Nicola Mendelsohn, CBE, in recognition of her contribution to the creative industries and of her support for women's career advancement.
By virtue of the authority vested within me on behalf of the University of Salford, it is my great and huge pleasure to admit you, Nicola Mendelsohn, with the degree of Doctor of Arts honoris causa. Many, many congratulations. Well done. Can we have you here? Well done, you. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Distinguished guests, forgive me if I do something a little unusual. I'm just going to do a selfie. Smile! I do work at Facebook after all. Professor Gregory, thank you so, so much for your generous oration. I could see my dad's face and he was loving it. Talking about that bad hair day, I promise you it was absolutely horrific. And interestingly, Chancellor, it actually took place in Nigeria. And I've had Afro products put in my hair, and my hair grew. It was about this big. It was really a truly bad hair day. Chancellor, I really want to thank you and also the whole of the University of Salford for conferring on me this unbelievable award. It means so much to me, and I am so deeply, deeply grateful. I also loved your sonnet. It's definitely a sonnet, in my opinion. So it's true, I grew up just down the road in Prestwich. Anyone here from Prestwich? Right at the front. And so I will always consider myself a proper northern lass. And the men said we to that too. Championing the creative industries and encouraging women in business are two of my life's passions. So to be recognized for doing the work that I love in this place of my childhood, which shaped me, is truly an incredibly humbling, it's a humbling honor and one that I will always cherish. So thank you. Now to you, the graduates of the School of Arts and Media, congratulations. And thank you for allowing me to share this very special moment with all of you. Because today's a celebration of what you've achieved. Tomorrow, you're going to start to figure out how you're going to unleash your capacity for greatness and build a better future for us all. Some of you will change the world. Some of you will turn something good into something great. And some of you will serve others in ways that show the better angels of our nature. And so I wish you all success on your journeys. And I'd also love for you to keep three things in mind as you go along the way: place, passion, and progress. First, place. You are so fortunate to have been given and be part of this place of educational excellence. The University of Salford has gifted Britain great advances in technology, in culture, and in social change. But Salford, and in particular this university, has also given us countless creative treasures. From poets to playwrights, designers, dramatists, people like L.S. Lowry, who this building were named after, who captured the life of Salford and the industrial Northwest in his paintings. Or more recently, the likes of Ben Kingsley or Sheila Delaney or John Cooper Clarke, and of course, the wonderful Peter Kay. We like a bit of Peter Kay. They are this university's creative legacy, but you are its creative future. And I want you to know that there has never been a better time to graduate in a course like yours from a university like this one. Because what matters most in the workplace now is not only what you know, but how you think. In fact, 3/4 of employers recommend a liberal arts education as the best way to prepare for success in today's global economy. And here at Salford, you've gained not just the knowledge of your disciplines, but also the critical and creative thinking that will provide the depth of understanding and the ability to see things from all sides. Together, that's what's going to prepare you for the modern workplace. Do you know, it's also never been a better time to be in the creative industries, because the creative industries are one of the fastest growing parts of our sector in the UK, faster than any other part of the economy. Whether it's music or tech or gaming, film, advertising, 1 in every 11 jobs in our economy is now in the creative industries. And we are a global leader in all things creative. And most of you, if not all of you, are about to be a part of it. Point 2, passion. Love the things you do, and do the things that you are most afraid of. Take some risks. It's where you'll learn the most, and it often leads to the most interesting things. It was Eleanor Roosevelt that said, "You must do the things you think you cannot do." The comfort zone, well, it's comfortable, but the glittering prizes await those that take the risks. So stay interesting, stay interested. Sometimes you've got to put your phone down and just look up. You know, sometimes I get the opportunity to travel with my work, and I make sure that I always take a moment to pause, to be mindful, and to be interested in the places that I'm visiting and the people that I meet. And the creativity that you've learned here must be constantly nurtured, and that's how you'll make sure that it will keep burning as brightly as it does today. Point 3, progress. Graduates, be on the side of progress. Do not accept the status quo. I spend a lot of time advocating for women's advancement in business. And while it's true that you're about to enter a workplace that is more equal than it's ever been, the job is far from done, and it's often committed sometimes unconsciously. I'm frequently asked, how on earth do I cope with 4 children and a busy working life? It's a fair question, and it's one that I am happy to answer. But my husband has never once been asked the same question. Guess what? He too has got 4 children, and he's got a busy job, but he's never been asked how he copes. So to the women out there, do not be afraid to speak up. Keep fighting, even when it feels hard. And to the men in the room, I haven't forgotten you. Be allies to the women. Nothing is somebody else's problem. Call out the lazy prejudice, even if it's not directed at you. And this is not just about gender. Enabling full participation and the support in the workplace is actually how we're all going to make progress. So thank you for this most humbling of honors. Thank you to you, the graduands, for inspiring hope in the future. And thank you all for the most warmest of welcomes and the most amount of whoops that I think I've ever had in my whole life. Most of all, I look forward to seeing the progress that you're going to achieve for us all in the future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Alan Walker, Dean of School of Arts and Media, to present the awards.
On behalf of the School of Arts and Media, I present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Urban Transformation through Creativity, Applying the Creative City Concept to Mecca, Saeed Abdulrahman Alamoudi. Halls Without Walls, Perpetuation, Development and Dissemination of the Discourse on Blues Music and Blues Culture in the Digital Age, 1996 to 2016, Thomas Atta. Towards the realization of a fully integrated interactive computer music system, ICMS, adopting transformative expressive dimensions, George Makel. The socio-cultural dynamics and survival struggle in professional journalism practice in Nigeria, Tai Cosmas Obaratu. An investigation into the relationship between the individual and the collective in emerging performance ensembles, Jennifer Willett. For Master of Arts, Media Production, Animation, Owen Warren Calderbank. Master of Arts, Media Production, Children's TV Production, Victoria Murray. Master of Arts, Media Production, Post-Production for TV, Thomas Ravencroft. And Malado Sangari. Master of Arts, Media Production, Post-Production for TV, Master of Arts, Media Production, TV Documentary Production, Jake Lightburn. Sadbay Pal. Sai. Right, sorry, thank you. I think I can get this one right. Paul Taylor. Master of Arts, Media Production, TV Drama Production, Lauren Susan Alistair. Michael Warren. Master of Arts, Music Composition, James Holt. Ayawade Alasugan Ayawale. And Simeon Schuber. Master of Arts, Music, Critical Musicology, Roy O'Neill Simpson. Master of Arts, Music, Performance, Lauren Catherall. Benjamin James Playford. Master of Arts, Television and Radio Script Writing, Ashley Davison. Anne Duffy. John David Eaton. Robin Hogg. Curtis Threadgold. Master of Arts, Wildlife Documentary Production, Federico Fanari. Postgraduate Diploma, Media Production, Post-Production for TV, Nicole Britz. Postgraduate Diploma Media Production, TV Documentary Production, Hamakasa Al Adaferi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present the undergraduate awards. Undergraduate students will be presented in groups of 3 in order for each student's names to be clearly heard by the audience. I would be grateful if you could restrain your applause until after the final name in each group of 3 is announced. I would now like to invite Dr. Annabelle Waller, School of Arts and Media, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Arts and Media, I present for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Animation, Stephen Christopher Edward Keffey, Al Shady Conte, Matthew Eccleston. Damien Haig, Gregory Hughes, Dylan Jones. Alexandra Patricia Parkinson, Holly Petrie, Scott Tate. And Kieran Willoughby. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Comedy Writing and Performance, Laura Ann Brooks-Smith, Vicky Connor, Matthew Craven. Andrew David Duffy, Liam Paul Ferguson, Adam Forbes. Shannon Aldra Griffiths, Michael Hartless, Curtis Hayes. And Simon Allen Ruddock. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours Dance, Kaylee Addison, Chloe Antonazzi, Funyoy Glenda Chen. Chloe Fitzpatrick, Shannon Mary Carmel Shevlin Ginty, Stephanie Kiprianu. Jade Livesey, Rachel Maffei, Clarissa Jade Smith. Katie Stowe, Opal J. Trevor, Chelsea Lee Williams. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Studies, Callum Ainscoe, Nathan Baldwin, Daniel Beasley. Rhys Bowman, Demi Daniels, Connor Ferguson.
Edwin Fieldhouse, Daisy Gadd, Mark Ian Harrison. Dominic Hastings, Sean Marr, Hannah McGrail. Kate Pictrovitz, Callum Ritchie, Michael Henry Robert Wood. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Media and Performance, Emma Baker, Oliver Binns, Joseph Bird. Emily Iris Briggs, Heather Butterworth, Jacob Burnsmith. Jennifer Cliff, Leo Crepe, Joseph Davis. Demetrius Daniel Dixon, Jack Egan, Robert Folkes. Georgiana Getue, Nicole Halliday, Amy Charlotte Harrison. Danielle Harrison, Danielle Irvin, Natalia Yama. Harriet Lucy Cass, Tala Crochelle, Charlotte Elizabeth Lezer Oaks. Carl Livingston, Leslie Longley, Charlotte Manifold. Marianne Mindham, Ryan Mulvey, Rebecca Nolan. Leah Sarah Parran, Lauren Peters, Shahin Jacob Anthony Rakabi. Molly Peach Rigby Steele, Declan Rooney, Jack Andrew Salmon. Amy Sheldon, Megan Siddle, Jordan Liam Sim. Grace Simmons, Thomas Christopher Edward Sparks, Jacob Travis. And Luke Walsonbody. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Music, Creative Music Technology, Christopher Baker, Joseph Paul Barker, Chris Blackwood. Tom Carney, Jonathan Colclough, Sarah Cullen. Ian Dixon, Carol Alfred Goley, Adam Gornell. David Harcup, Dean Hemmings, Samuel Hollington. Catherine Hannah Kilburn, Dean Pattinson, Daniel Feasy. Jack Pyatt, Joshua Rock, Samuel Scott. Tom Sorvel, Fuchsia Haley Summerfield, Chepi Chepela Mukeba. Mathieu Guillaume Woodburn, Joshua G. Kung Yung. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours Musical Arts, Peter Bonabate, Owen Chung, Ryan Coates. Alana Curtis, Sean Davies, Christopher Davis. Mark Robert Felix, Adam Finch, Philippa Gardner. Darren Gibson, Helena Hannah Shelton, Caroline Lee. Joseph Lunn, Bradley Mark McCulloch, Samuel Myers. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours Music, Popular Music and Recording, Stephanie Andino, Sunny Emma Louise Arnold, Jordan Bates. Sarah Bell, Ainsley Budd, Robert Kittichrillo. Chelsea Coleman, Owen Darcy, Cameron Evan Alexander Davidson. Catherine Foster, Joe Foster, Thomas Gale. James Goodwin, Louis Grogan, Anthony Gunderson Brown. Samuel William Miles Haddow, Rosalie Scarlett Hallam, Katie Hamer. Emily Henschel, Christopher Horrocks, Matthew Jenkins. Tanya Maria Jennings, Nathan Jones, Connor Kaminsky. Alex Leschunok, Yamal Abel Lewis Service, Liam James McBeath. Kate Mason, James McGraw, Joseph James Moore. Thomas Pallett, Aimee Puente Sanchez, Christian Razzo. Kieran Ratcliffe, Patrick Rowan, Luke Daniel Sanderson. Mark Andrew Salisbury, Jacob Stevenson, Louise Whitaker. Matthew Williams, Timothy David Williams. For the Bachelor of Arts with Honours Television and Radio, Olivia Joanne Ahmed, David Thomas Ainscoe, Victoria Andrew. Robbie George Bailey, David Anthony Banks, Craig Barrett. Elizabeth Hannah Barrow, David Bond, Joshua David Boyd. Dojan Lister Bramwell, Craig Brightly, William Broadbent. Taylor Buckley, Jamie Burge, Paris Jenny Chambers. Sophia Chan, Molly Checkley, Joe Conning. Joseph James Connor, Eleanor Grace Crow, Alexander Davies. Catherine Davies, Jacob Davies, Jasmine Michelle Davies. Joseph Dauber, Martina Di Giacomo, Liam Aaron Dobinson. Luke Dudley, Eleanor Lois Edgington, Rachel Lauren Eldershaw. Gabriella Rosie Ellis, Sarah Elizabeth Espy, Erica Fairburn. Rebecca Joanna Fairburn, Kate Fitch, Lewis William Foster. Thomas Stephen Foster, Alexander Frake Morin, Keenan Gandhi. Raymond Gillies, Joseph Goddard, Merrick Gonan. Sarah Jane Goodwin, Giancarlo Granelli, Abigail Grundy. Victoria Karen Hawksworth, Michael Hayward, Catherine Tara Higgs. Emily Hillman, George Roy Lowry Holden, Emma Howarth. Thomas Christopher Hoy, Megan Louise Hughes, Sophie Louise Hubert. Harry Jackson, Connor James, Lauren Kimberly Johnston. Benedict Thomas William Jones, Emma Jones, Rachel Louise Jones. Francesca Jerkow, Mavi Kasota, Alice Keegan. Sophie Charlotte Kenyon, Emma Winnie Kersher, Olivia Colcatroni. Tabitha Alexandra Constantine, Oliver Laws, Rachel Lees. Charlotte Christina Martin, Kaylee Mayo, Connor McKeon. Holly McKinney, Georgia May McManus, Thomas Luke Miles. Rona Mitchell, Priya Mahindra, Claudia Moss. Shannon Gaynor Mullane, Grace Catherine Nolan, Thomas North. Megan Parkinson, Elizabeth Pearce, Callum Phillips. Danielle Victoria Porter, Talia Refson Keane, Emily Riley. Georgina Revel, Anthony Roche, Connor Ryan. Miles Ryan, Alexander Saunders, Rebecca Bryony Scott. Anila Shakur, Jenna Sherwood, Molly Louise Singer. Bianca Smith, Amelia Ann Smith, Laura Smith. Eleanor Summers, George Stafford Roberts, Daria Gabriella Stan. Heather Stansfield, Emma Stockman, Chanel Stratford. Charlotte Ellen Taylor, Matthew Taylor, Jack Tennant. Jamie Thompson, Harvey Michael Thorley, Angela Thursby. Natasha Todd, Kate Elizabeth Troy, Natalia Rebecca Wayne. Benjamin George Warburton, Emily Kate Ward, Abby Whitehead. Georgia Whitley, Lee Wilkinson, Bethany Williams. Peter Allen Wilson, Harry Whitty, Courtney Woolhouse. For the Bachelor of Art with Honours, Theatre and Performance Practice, Adriana Allenby, Shannon Anderson, James Blake. Elliot Jack Brophy, Courtney Butterfield, Bethany Carr. Bethany Castleton, Tesney Rebecca Cole, Richie Collins. Maureen Cromar, Daniel Curry, Amelia Frances Jane Curtis. Stephen Davies, Marissa Sophia Caitlin Dolan, Bronwyn Downs. Callum Evans, Daniela Louise Everett, Joe Andrew Fisher. Jonathan Kieran Foy, Jake Michael Francis, Kate Geraghty. Chloe Marie Graham, Ryan James Graham, Anthony Groves. Thomas Hanvey, Whitney Henderson, Maria Hensby. Chloe Ann Hodson, Jenny Horniman, Charlotte Elizabeth Key. Ilona Krieva, Anna Elizabeth Makepeace, Amanda McCambley. Roisin MacDonald, Paige May Miles, Melanie Noon, Heather Parks, Samuel Joseph Payne, Yamile Paz Potuondo, Katrina Lucy Pettit, Madeleine Plant, Oscar Platts Palmer, Sally Price, Ellen Rogerson, Victoria Jade Ryder, Adam Saynor, Lauren Shand, Miley Seek, Hannah Simpson, Grace Stafford, Oliver Tennant. Lauren Tonks, Alexander Michael Graham Vaughan, Antonia Lily Alice Ward. Benjamin Wild, Siobhan Williams. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours, Computer and Video Games, Jack Carey, Daniel Davies, Joseph Dickinson. Erin Figg, Amy Elizabeth Hanson, Tom Langley. Jessica Mary Lee, Liam Maloney, Stephanie Louise McLean. Michael Alec Redford, Joshua Riordan, Yamiel Shaukat. Samuel Walker, Robin Watson, Pavel Vicharek. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours, Media Technology, Operational Engineering and System Design, Lukman Argundade, Kea Asnake, Ryan Baxter. Gemma Louise Bowling, Joseph William Brown, Emily Louise Campbell-Gosling. Faye Georgia Christou, Stephen Connolly, Robert Walter Antonio Corati Alsonati. Niall Hopkins, Luke Capinos, Matthew Oliver Paul Molnar. Daniel Mullins, Risi Mata Mwangwela, Michael Oshodi. Alexander Quince, David James Wedlake. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours, Professional Broadcast Techniques, Lewis Bell, Shannon Amber Louise Branson, Samuel Burgess Green. Lucy Coates, Sophia Harrison, Joshua Hope. Michael Kitchen, Naomi Felicity Leslie Hemming, Joseph Palmer. Hayley Tate, Benjamin William Talbot Leake, Nikita Williamson. For the Bachelor of Arts, Television and Radio, Thomas Edge, Jordan Ashley Linthwaite. For the Foundation Degree Arts, Media Makeup for Fashion, Jennifer Aitchis, Alice Gittins, Jessica Emma Lancashire. Molly Mansell, Ella Papa, Kirsty Lee Pirrie. Chloe Taylor, Habe Ellen Waggett, Paris Warburton. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Graphic Design, Luke Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that we will be taking a group photograph of all the new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, please can all guests remain in the theatre until all the graduates have left their seats. And graduates, can you please follow the academic procession straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph. Thank you. I would now like to invite the Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay, to close the ceremony.
Well, many, many congratulations. It's been a wonderful and a moving ceremony. You are now graduates of the University of Salford. It's been a huge joy to present your degrees, to shake hands with each and every one of you. It's been a pleasure to watch each person take their moment in their own particular way. I have never actually been hugged before, so that was a first for me. Oh, well, I don't mean in my life. I mean, what a sad chancellor I would be. But not usually in the middle of the stage like that, but it was quite a thrill. This is our second. I'd like to take a few moments to say just a few thank yous. I would like to thank our brand new honorary graduate for that wonderful and inspiring speech. Thank you, Nicole. I would like to thank all of our wonderful academic staff that have given you so much guidance. I would like us to thank the band. I would also like us to thank the staff at the Lowry Theatre that you can see in the red, who make this such a special occasion for all of us. And I would like to thank our university team, headed by Sohalia Worth, that organise these ceremonies and make them run so splendidly. A huge thank you to them. The biggest thank you I'd like you to give is to yourselves for getting through this degree, for going through the different difficulties that you've had to go through in order to get your degree and triumphing in the end. A huge and hearty round of applause for yourselves. Congratulations, each and every one of you. Now, just before I ask you to put on your hats, a cautionary tale. The year before last, in the group photo, when the graduates were asked to throw their hat, someone threw their hat rather enthusiastically and it hit my head. And I was felled to the ground. I dropped just like a cartoon. I thought, what a silly death that would have been. A mortal wound with a mortar board. So I'm going to keep my hat well on. I know that meaning of keep your hat on, keep your head on from now on. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a few drinks to celebrate. I hope you go well into the world, and I hope the world greets you with open arms and presents you with wonderful and surprising opportunities. You've been a thrilling, thrilling bunch to be here to celebrate this award with. It really has been a humbling pleasure and a privilege, hasn't it, for all of us here. I speak on behalf of all of us and all of the staff and our new on-grad and everybody. So, thank you very, very much to all the families and all the friends and everybody for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. And now, graduates, could I ask you to please put on your hats? It gives me great pleasure to now declare this congregation closed.